So in this video we are going to see about module 5. So module 5 is having two parts mainly. The first part is related to time varying fields, and this is related to Faraday's law, Maxwell's equations, and displacement current. And the second part in module 5 is about uniform plane waves. When the uniform plane wave is traveling here it is called as a propagation through free space. What about the electric field and magnetic field equations? When the same uniform plane wave propagation through perfect dielectric medium, what is the electric field and magnetic field equations? When the uniform plane wave is propagating through lossy dielectric medium, it's not perfect dielectric. If it is not a perfect dielectric, that is called a lossy dielectric medium. What about the electric field and magnetic field equations? Next, uniform plane wave propagation through perfect conductor. When the wave is traveling through perfect conductor, what about the electric field and magnetic field equations? And the last one is Poynting theorem. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss in module 5. Now first is about Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, right? So statement is that what you have studied, the magnitude of induced EMF in a closed circuit is equal to the rate of change of magnetic flux enclosed by the closed circuit. So E is equal to minus d phi by dt. So E is called as induced EMF, phi is called as a magnetic flux. Suppose if there are n number of conductors or turns like that in a circuit, then the EMF induced E is equal to minus n into d phi by dt. So negative sign is as per the Lenz law. So it is because of the opposition of the circuit, so negative sign is defined by the Lenz law. Next, consider a closed circuit, closed path of a conducting material. That means if you take one conducting material like this, so it is having a closed path. So conducting material will be having some electric field. So this entire circuit is having a conducting path. So then if you divide this conducting material into small lengths dl, then if you add all this product of EDL for this entire over length, then this is called as a EMF induced in the circuit. E is equal to line integral of E bar dot dl. So this is the EMF induced in the conductor due to the conducting path, that is called as a electric field. The same thing here. So consider a closed path of a conducting material which is at stationary. This closed path is material is at stationary. Then EMF induced in the circuit is equal to minus E is equal to line integral of E bar dot dl. So it is equation 3. Now consider a differential surface area ds. In this conducting material, consider a differential surface area ds through which the flux is d phi. Then so the flux passing through the differential surface area ds is d phi is equal to b dot ds. How you got means flux density b is equal to d phi by ds. So from this d phi is equal to b into ds. So then the total flux passing through this entire conducting material, is phi is equal to surface integration of b bar dot ds. So therefore, phi is equal to surface integration of b bar dot. Take the differentiation on both sides for this, then you will get d phi by dt is equal to surface integration of db by dt into ds. Next, according to Faraday's law, E is equal to minus d phi by dt, and from the previous equation E is equal to minus surface integration of dou v bar by dou t dot ds. So from the equation 3 and 7, what we can write, both are related to EMF only. Line integral is equal to surface integral. This equation here we are calling as a Faraday's law in integral form, and it is one of the Maxwell's equation. Next, from the Stokes theorem, that what we have studied in module 3, line integral can be made equal to surface integration. So line integral of E bar dot dl is equal to surface integration of del cross E bar dot ds. This is from Stokes theorem. So from equation 3 and 8 and 9, what we can write it is surface integration of del cross bar ds is equal to this line integral is minus surface integration. So then finally you can get both are surface integrations only. Finally del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou T. This is called as a Faraday's law in point form or differential form and one of the Maxwell's equation. That means in this we have studied about Faraday's law in integral form and Faraday's law in point form. Next, we are going to see about modification of Ampere's law to suit the time varying field. That is inconsistency of Ampere's law. And this is also called as a displacement current also. So to analyze this one here, first you see that equation. That is equation for static magnetic fields. The point form of Ampere's law is given by del cross H bar is equal to J bar. We know that it is in module 3, del cross H bar is equal to J bar. So this equation cannot be used for time varying fields. So if you want to use time varying fields, there should be a differentiation terms also. Now let's say how this equation is modified. We need to prove that one, this is inconsistent for time varying fields. First we need to prove, later we need to modify to suit the time varying fields. Okay, so here how to verify, how to prove the inconsistencies. So take the divergence on both sides. So if you take the divergence is del dot of del cross H is equal to del dot J bar. As per it is called as a property of divergence of curl. Property of divergence of curl is always 0 only. So this side is equal to 0. Del dot J bar is equal to 0. But according to the continuity equation of continuity, del dot J bar is equal to minus dou rho V by dou T. So for equations 3 and 4, right, from this is the equation 3 and 4, del dot J bar cannot be equal to 0. So that's why this Ampere's law is inconsistent for the time varying fields. We need to modify this equation such that this equation is suitable for the time varying fields also. Now let's see here. Therefore, the Ampere's law is modified by adding one unknown term. Unknown term is say n bar. Then now the equation 1 can be modified as this equation that whatever you have noticed seen at the beginning. Del cross H bar is equal to J bar plus one unknown term, that is n bar. Now we need to determine what is this n bar here. So again, follow the same procedure for the first equation. That means take the divergence on both sides, then del dot of del cross H bar is equal to del dot of J bar plus n bar. Expand this one, del dot J bar plus del dot n bar. Once again, divergence of curl of any vector is equal to 0, the property of the divergence. So this side is 0, and finally del dot J bar plus del dot n bar minus del dot J bar is equal to del dot n bar. Del dot n bar is equal to minus of this one, but del dot J bar is equal to what? Minus dou rho V by dou T as per the continuity equation. Finally, del dot n bar is equal to minus of minus dou rho V by dou T. So del dot n bar is equal to dou rho V by dou T. So from the point form of Gauss law, del dot D bar is equal to dou rho V. This is from module 1. So again, take the differentiation with respect to time. So then dou by dou T of del dot D bar is equal to dou rho V by dou T. This can be written as del dot of dou D bar by dou T is equal to dou rho V by dou T. And from the equations, right, 6 and 7, from the equations 6 and 7, what we can write is del dot n bar is equal to dou D bar by dou T. Dou D bar by dou T. Why this can be written is, this is del dot n bar is equal to dou rho by dou T, and here del dot D bar is equal to dou D bar by dou T is equal to dou rho by dou T. So both sides is having dou rho by dou T, dou rho by dou T. t. So finally n can be made equal to dou d bar by dou t. So now n bar we got it, dou d bar by dou t. Substitute in that equation 5, then you will get del cross h bar is equal to j bar plus dou d bar by dou t. Now this equation is having, so if you see the first equation is del cross h bar is equal to j bar only. Now the modified equation is del cross h bar is equal to j bar plus dou d bar by dou t. So this is the modification of Ampere's law which suits for the time varying fields also. So dou d bar by dou t, that is equal to jd, that is called as a displacement current density, and j is equal to jc, that is called as a conduction current density, and jc is equal to sigma e bar. Conduction current density is jc is equal to sigma e, and therefore del cross h bar also can be written as jc plus jd, conduction current density and displacement current density. So this is about the displacement current density and also modification of Ampere's law to suit the time varying field. Further we can make a comment on this. So jc is equal to sigma e bar is equal to e naught sin omega t, jd is equal to dou d bar by dou t, d is equal to epsilon e bar, epsilon dou e bar by dou t, finally we will get. So both are right, one is sin omega t and the one is cos omega t. So therefore jc and jd are perpendicular to each other. So displacement is having 90 degrees.